What's up, YouTube? This is the Billy Bob HD bringing you a brand new Let's Play. Today I've got some more Life is Feudal Forest Village here. Welcome back to the village of Holla. We're going to continue on here, so we're getting closer to early spring. And I've got several workers now preparing some of these areas here, collecting additional resources and such. And so we've also maxed out our fisherman's wharf there, so we've got a nice standing sort of fisherman inventory or fish inventory of about 1,400 there. So as soon as temperatures get back to normal and above 0 per 0, we are going to send our first group of guys here into the potato fields, which is going to be good. We also need to set up a smaller field if I can do it in time here. We'll see, like this, where we're going to actually grow some flax and maybe even oats and such as time goes on. But we'll put that right there, so we can have coverage with our hunter's lodge and such. Okay, still looking at -4 right now in terms of temperature. So let's tell our guys to go ahead and clear out some of these areas of the forest like this and this and this, just to keep things around the city sort of going well. We've got a total population limit of 14 right now, so I'm going to go ahead and put in for another small house, and I'm going to put it right here, sort of in the main part of our other area. Let's go ahead and assign one construction worker for that. Okay, time to work in the fields. So springtime. So I'm automatically going to bump in with my 3 farmers here. Perfect. That does not leave us many people to collect vegetables and such, but we've got enough fish to where we can sort of make it through the warmer months here and enjoy a good harvest. So this is my gatherer's hut here. I think my hunter's cabin was somewhere over here, wasn't it? See if we can look for it. Here it is. So good. That other field will be covered by the hunter's cabin, so that no potential, I guess, threatening predators can come in and eat our crops, which will be bad. Bad news bears. Okay, so we've got enough resources here, it looks like, to get the next house up and running. We have 9 adults, 2 teenagers, and 2 children so far. Good stuff. Okay, so still collecting the wood here for the next field. We should be able to get a little bit of flax in before the end of the season, which is going to eventually allow us to build that weaver's cottage and, basically produce clothes for my people, which helps them sort of work longer, more efficient, that sort of thing. Here's my farmers now in the field. Here is the well. It's not too bad of a walk from the field to the well. The crops do need constant watering and such in order to grow. Okay, so now the construction is finally kicking off here on this field. So I like to have several fields available, just to kind of depending on what we feel like growing, whether it be, like I said, the flax here or even the oats, potentially, because oats will allow us to sort of bring up some pastures and chicken coops and that sort of thing. We finally have some potatoes growing here. So it is spring. We're going to have to time this up correctly to get a good harvest, and I'm thinking I normally try either late summer or middle of summer to start harvesting, just depending, because you'll have some residual crops sort of grow after the fact. We're not going to have a lot of extra people to put into this farm, though, once that finishes. Bad storm coming in on the village now. Oh, wow. Construction is now complete on this field. Let's move it into flax. Okay. She's got a potential of 6 there total, so I'm going to put 1 villager into the production of that flax now. We've still got 1 guy working on the firewood chopping, so I'm going to actually move him off of that for the time being and ask him to clear out some more of these areas over here, if he can. Okay. Now the house is going to be constructed, so starting to collect the hay in that area. We'll at least get a couple hundred units of flax here from this harvest, which will be good. I also need these teenagers to start growing up so I can put in some more workers and such. Okay, you can see the fish sort of store here getting a little bit pressured, certainly, because I do not have anyone working in the gatherer's hut at this time. And this is kind of annoying. Let's see if it actually chops down these trees for me. Dang. Trying to mark some of these for chopping. There we go. But then again, I only have one worker sort of doing that right now. We still have some really good high-quality tools in the bank here at 20. We have the ability now to actually make some lower-quality tools. But we're going to need to stand up some mining here eventually as well. Just need some more population, like I mentioned. So it's good that we're starting off with a nice vegetable crop here to start us out with. We can always convert this field over here into additional vegetables if needed. Okay, they're starting to clear out this area now, which is good. Kind of running a little bit lower on logs here, but we'll collect those in. So it is early summer now. Getting closer to 700 here in total production. So again, we're going to wait a couple more days, I think, in-game days, that is. Gatherer's Hut is empty, of course. So we just sort of have to wait for these crops to come up. So in the wintertime, we'll work on some additional resource collection, which is a good thing to do when you're basically trying to hold through the winter and trying to find, tasks for your citizens to do and that sort of thing. Okay. So now we're in the middle of summer here, and you can see we've already got over 1,000 vegetables in the field, getting a little closer to 1,100. And so with my 3 workers here, what I like to typically do is try to tell them to start harvesting now, because the potatoes will continue to grow. Here you go. You can see that starting to decrease now, but it's also increasing still. So some more additional summer showers coming through for us now. Flax, I'm going to wait a little while, just because that green bar is sort of near the middle there. So collecting as many of these vegetables as we possibly can. Intense storm. Good thing nothing caught on fire. It is saying food reserves are low. That's a little inaccurate, right? We've got over 1,800 fish in the bank right now. Still have 317 in bread, which is good. And you can see, yeah, the potatoes still over 1,000 there left to be collected. And so the vegetable store was closer down to, like, in the teens, I think. So we've got at least over 100 in the bank now for that. 267. I'm going to wait till this hits 300 or so before I tell him to start collecting. 300, go. Okay, because I only have one farmer working that field. Oh, and good. We actually have a couple additional workers now. So what if I plug... I'm going to give one more worker towards the flax collection there. We probably need to give one person to construct the additional house that we need. So managing the population as best as possible here. Still midsummer. Still over 1,000 potatoes in the field right now. And you can see it's actually getting closer to 1,300 as the season wears on here. So middle of summer still here. And the good news is the flax is still producing out there as well. Good. Good, good, good. Work it, boys. Work it. Here's the fisherman. Oh, got a fisher lady as well. Hello, ma'am. Would you like some of my brand new vegetables grown in the field next to us? All right. Hunter's cabin. We've still got the one hunter out there trying to cover us, keep us safe. Getting closer to 1,900 now in overall fish stockpile, which is great to see. Excellent. All right, how's the construction over here going? Well, still collecting stone right now. The construction worker is. No, that was awesome that we got a new worker in. So still 2 teenagers here at this point, children. We're going to need to build a school here soon. So your educated citizens, when they're teenagers moving up into adulthood, if they're educated, they work, more efficiently and that sort of thing. A forester's hut might be good too, just for constant sort of wood production. So let's actually take a look at that. Look at a forester's hut, if we can. Lumberjack, Forester's Lodge. Here we are. So I sort of want to put this... I sort of want to put this over here because animals will continue to dwell sort of in this area and allow my hunter to continue producing meat. But it's not too far or not going to be too invasive on the other actions we have going on here in the main part of the village, so that's good. Vegetable store is up to 762 now at this point. We've got some good flax stored here as well. Get it out of the ground, boys. Get it out of the ground. Going well there. Primitive tool production, of course, sitting there. New house is in, so we've got a total population limit of 19 now, which is great. The barn is about half full, so we got to keep an eye on that. We may expand sort of up here towards the north in this area for additional food production and such. We started the construction on that Forester's Lodge, so that's good. Here it is. Just bringing over some additional stone now, and we should be able to get that puppy going. Okay, so now it is fall, and you can see by my crops here, we've got, I don't know, about a quarter of the field left to harvest, so as soon as they finish that out, we're going to move on and do something different with those workers. In fact, we still have over 200 flax in the ground right now. So if I go to a weaver's shop here, take some clay, of course. But it's not god awful in terms of overall resources needed. I'm going to tell this weaver's cottage to go right here. His front door is facing outwards, so he should be able to get in and out of that area pretty nicely. Still holding up pretty nice on our advanced tools as well, which is good. Still about 300 vegetables left in the ground. And you can see the the winter icon showing up here a little bit. Good stuff there. 232 flax still in the ground there. So we're about to be finished out. $168. I want to get all of those juicy vegetables to get us through the winter. The fish store has never been better, so that's great to see. This flax will last us a while, hopefully, in terms of building this, getting out some clothes for my citizens. Everybody wants clothes, right? You just don't want to, like, run naked through the woods, do you? Well, I mean, I do, but, you know, I'm sure there's other people that do as well, but the game doesn't like that. Okay. Fall, so we're about to hit late fall here, where temperatures will go down below zero. You can see us sort of barely holding on here with 2 degrees above zero. At this point, it is raining, so that does help the crops out a little bit. Okay, the Forester's hut is done. So, with that in mind, we can actually assign, well, we're going to have to wait till winter, I guess, but this is going to be automatic clearance and growth here in that little area for us. We can continue sort of constructing down this way. Got another child here ready to study, and we had another baby born, so 3 and 3 here now. Excellent. Okay, and the temperatures have gone down to freezing, so time to move our workers out of the fields. Any remaining crops there were left to die, unfortunately. Alright, so now what we can do is put full amount of workers here into the log production. Get a couple of firewood choppers going here. And then we've got one guy sort of left to help collect resources. If we go over here, cancel resource gathering, collect all resources right here. A lot of stone and ore left in that area that we need to harvest out. Still have the one hunter here at this point, which I think is fine for now. And then, of course, the Weaver's Workshop is going to be coming in. We've got all the necessary resources. So I just have the one guy that needs to finish constructing now. But a good source of food here to start out with. Tools reserves are low. We've got 17 left. We've still got a while before that'll sort of hit us in a bad way. So the Forester's now working hard, bringing in additional wood. We also need to bring up a charcoal producer here at some point. That'll probably come in after my Weaver's Workshop here. Up to 16 in population, so we've got space for another 3 people here in the village. Continue to work on that firewood chopping. The good news is we've been able to keep that above 600 or so. Looking good. Well, cool, guys. A little bit shorter of an episode today. I just want to get back to the series here. We're going to continue on. Expect another episode tomorrow. And anyway, this has been the Billy Bob HD. Please remember to like, subscribe, and/or comment if you've enjoyed my content. And we'll catch you guys next time.